Hi everyone, today's book is called The Reindeer Wish, and last year we read The Christmas Wish. This year we get to read The Reindeer Wish. It's by Lori Everett and photographs by Per Breinhagen. And if you remember from the other book, this book is unique because instead of illustrations or drawings, they are putting two different photographs together, or two or more photographs together, to create a picture that tells a story. So they're taking a picture like of a reindeer and of a girl and putting them together to make it look like the girl is riding on the reindeer, when she's really not. But it really tells a story with those beautiful photographs. Let's read about the Reindeer Wish. So here we have Anya carrying a Christmas tree on her sled. It's our title page. Long, long ago, far to the north and high in the snowy mountains, where you could ski for days and never see another soul, lived a kind girl named Anya. So this story is taking place way up in the Nordic countries, which are very close to the Arctic. Anya had many friends at school, but when school was out, she sometimes got lonely. She would like to have had a brother or sister, but mostly she was for a puppy. Every week she wrote a letter to Santa, put it in the postbox, and hoped for the best. So she's a very kind girl and a lonely girl who's wishing for a puppy. Maybe you can relate to that, wanting a pet. One Christmas Eve, while her parents were busy getting ready for the holiday, Anya took the little trip up one hill that she was allowed to ski alone. She climbed up that hill and flew back down over and over again until the day's light began to fade and she became quite cold and tired. So up the hill she went, and down the hill she skied. Looks like fun. Anya decided to rest until her mother came to take her home. She had learned that animals keep warm by burying themselves in snow. So she set up her skis and buried into a little hole under a tree and drifted off to sleep. When Anya woke, she saw a cardinal, a rare sight so far north. She wondered if this was the cardinal who had helped her meet Santa Claus the Christmas before. Then the cardinal spoke. It was that cardinal. So she's remembering this is the cardinal from her Christmas wish, who led her all the way to Santa Claus. Look at her keeping warm in that little burrow. You see that cardinal on the ski? The bird said, Anya, I need your help. There's a baby reindeer alone under a tree near your house. Can you get your sled and help me save him? Anya skied home, grabbed her sled, and followed the cardinal to the baby. As she followed him, Anya worried about taking the little reindeer. She had been told never to touch a wild baby animal. The cardinal told her that the mother reindeer could not come back. He will starve if we leave him. The cardinal said, you must take him home and care for him. Anya looked at the reindeer. What a beautiful little baby, she thought. She gently picked him up and nuzzled him into her neck. I hope I can keep him, she told the cardinal. The bird assured Anya that her parents would not turn the reindeer away. So the reindeer is in need of help. It's too little and the mother cannot return. So the cardinal sought out Anya for help. And look at that little baby reindeer, so cute. The cardinal was right. Anya's parents told her that she would be a very good reindeer mama, and the baby could sleep in the little hay shed. After a great deal of thought, she named him Odin, after her grandfather. Anya spent every free moment with her young friend. She fed Odin with the baby bottle, sang to him, and played her fiddle for him. He grew stronger each day. So she had to take a lot of good care of him, make sure he had everything he needed. I bet he enjoyed listening to her play the fiddle. Winter flew by as Anya and Odin played and raced and looked for signs of spring. As the lake thawed, they loved to watch the swans and laughed as the usually graceful birds dove for food, bottoms up and feet flapping. So here, Odin's getting a little bit bigger as spring is getting nearer, and they're enjoying watching the swans. As Odin grew, so did his antlers. He could not always guess how Anya found him when they played hide and seek. They spent the spring and summer exploring the countryside, often stopping for a chat and a snack. So he's trying to hide here, but she can spot him with those antlers. Here they are on a sod-covered roof. Odin is eating the grass off the roof. Looks like they're having a wonderful summer. Anya's grandfather had told her that the best place to practice her fiddle was alongside the music of a waterfall. Every morning, Odin followed Anya to the rushing, splashing falls where she played beautiful tunes for him, the squirrels, and the birds. Well, look at how big he is now. We've got a couple little other creatures who are listening on to the music of nature and the fiddle together. How lovely. Odin was a wonderful fishing partner as well. They roamed far into the mountains searching for trout and taking a dip if the day got warm. There she is. Looks like she got one. And Odin's watching on. One day, while Anya was fishing, Odin wandered away, following a delicious trail of reindeer moss. She searched and called for him, and she became very worried. Finally, she ran back to her house and found her wooden horn that her parents used to call her home. Anya blew the horn with all her might. It worked! Odin came trotting back as soon as he heard the sound. So was fishing, and Odin had wandered away. She used her horn to call him back. Good thinking, Anya. Autumn came quickly. Odin didn't understand that he wasn't invited to the schoolhouse, and he gave the teacher a fright the first day when he decided to join Anya's class. The children laughed and laughed long after Anya took Odin outside and asked him to wait for her. Her parents laughed too when she told them the story later. Oh my goodness, how would you like to see a reindeer in your classroom? I bet that was a fun day for those kids. Autumn was a short season in the mountains. It seems as soon as your bare feet begin to feel chill, the first snowflakes appear. Anya realized that Odin was as smart as he was strong. So she began to teach him to pull a sleigh. She started with her little sled, having him pull small loads of dolls and toys, and sometimes pretended that she was Santa Claus himself. Oh yeah, she really does look like Santa Claus, doesn't she? She's got a sack full of toys, being pulled on a sleigh with a reindeer. One day, as Christmas drew near, Anya borrowed her father's horse's sleigh. She and Odin were going to bring home the loveliest Christmas tree that Santa had ever seen. Oh, good idea, Anya. And Odin, look at how strong Odin is getting. They decorated the tree together. What fun they had. Anya could not resist putting a few ornaments on Odin's antlers. He stood perfectly still, and she tried not to laugh. He looked so festive and silly. Oh, how fun would that be to have your own reindeer to decorate? Anya is one lucky girl, and Odin is one festive reindeer. Here's her doing the tree. The next day was colder, a perfect day to ice skate. Odin was an attentive audience. He watched as Anya gave one grand performance after another. So here she's skating on the ice. Her boots are on the snow. Odin watching on. It's so fun to ice skate. After Anya finished skating, she and Odin happily made their way home. They suddenly heard a rumble from above. They looked up and saw a reindeer herd running along the ridge. Anya turned to tell Odin that it was the most beautiful sight she had ever seen, but stopped short when she saw a tear in Odin's eye. Anya wondered then if Odin missed living with other reindeer. Would he be happier if he could run with that herd? They walked slowly now, each lost in their own thoughts. What do you think? How do you think Odin was feeling when he saw all those reindeer in a herd? Yeah, I bet he was feeling kind of mixed emotions, maybe missing being in a herd, even though he enjoys his time with Anya. As Anya hugged Odin goodnight, she continued to think about that reindeer herd. It would break her heart to lose her best friend, but she wanted him to be happy. She never felt so confused before. That night, Anya couldn't sleep until she remembered the bell Santa had given her. He said, "If you ever need help, ring this bell 3 times." She had taken Santa's offer very seriously and never used the bell. When she woke up the next morning, she went outside and rang the bell. On the 3rd ring, the cardinal appeared. "Santa has a place for Odin with his herd of magic reindeer. If you wish, I can guide you and Odin to his home, the North Pole," the cardinal said. They agreed to leave at once. It was a long journey through snowy white forests and over windy mountain passes. Anya rode Odin's warm back, and the cardinal sang songs and told them cheerful, funny stories about life in the North Pole. So she decided, you know what, I really need some advice here. I don't know what to do. I love Odin. I want him to be happy. I want him to be with me. I also want him to be with his herd. So she used her special bell and called upon Santa's help. As evening fell, the path was lit by a magical, shimmering ice globes. Wow, what a beautiful scene. We've got northern lights in the sky and ice globes. There's the cardinal. Wow. What a sight. Early the next morning, they entered the snowy forest and could see a red house surrounded by reindeer. They passed through a grove of trees, and there was Santa Claus. Arms open in greeting, he hugged them and said, "Welcome! Thank you, Anya, for your wonderful gift. I am proud of how well you cared for and trained Odin. I know you will miss each other, but I promise you he will be very happy here, and you will see him every year. I have a gift for you in return." Santa Claus presented a bag with 3 adorable, squirming puppies and asked Anya to choose one for herself. Oh, Santa's so thankful. And he says, "Odin will be so happy here, but I know you'll miss a friend, so why don't you take a puppy to stay with you and become a new friend?" Anya picked up the puppy, who had reached for her hand, and was just about to thank Santa when the puppy licked her face, making her laugh instead. Oh. I know she'll still always love Odin, but I'm glad she's getting a new friend too. The next thing she knew, Anya was in her own bed, laughing, and the puppy was in her arms. How did I get home? She wondered. Could it all have been a dream? But if it was a dream, how did the puppy get here? Oh, look at how cute that puppy is. So snuggly. What do you think? Was it all a dream? How did she get the puppy? What do you think she should name the puppy? What would you name it? So many good choices. So cute. And there she is, off on some adventures with her new puppy friend. Well, I really enjoyed that book. I think that those photographs tell such a beautiful story, and I really enjoy reading it. And Anya's such a sweet girl. It's great to see how much she cared for a friend and put his needs and his happiness above her own. And in return, she found a different way to find happiness and a different way to connect to Odin and her new puppy friend. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for reading with me. Have a splendid day. See you soon.